right? The weather's atrocious out there. Atrocious weather out there, so I'm just doing a little video to try and push some online sales. Like, I don't rely on online. There's no point relying. Sometimes folk come in and they send a couple of quid and buy some stickers and that, yeah, which is fucking awesome. But I can't rely on online. See, it's difficult because I don't claim the name I use, you know, because according to this contract here, it's Crown property. I don't claim it. So when I physically cannot use the name to get any of its benefits, you know. They don't accept folk using the name. They only accept folk claiming the name, you know. It's unreal. See, I used to claim these details, mate. I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better, mate. I used to claim the details. So, the name that I use, the forename is Philip and the surname is Hartley. And according to this birth certificate, this contract, caution, warning, a certificate is not evidence of identity. So it says it there, and there's also a Crown copyright watermark on it, which is a corporation, the Crown. So I used to say this is my birth certificate before I took time to look at it properly, you know. This is a certified copy of an entry. It's just an acknowledgement of a deed that created a corporation, Philip Anthony Hartley. My mum and dad were tricked to use a corporate rank first name and surname to sign this and acknowledge the creation of Philip Anthony Hartley, a forename and surname. Something I used to walk around saying I am, but I've learnt that the forename, just like what everyone uses, it doesn't matter how it's spelt or what it sounds like, it's a forename, a narration. The surname is a corp. So I don't claim to be a corporation. I'm not a person. Philip Hartley's a person, a forename and surname. I'm the one that uses that. You know, a doctor has diagnosed Philip Hartley as not fit to work. Rather than the man that uses that name, not fit to work, he's diagnosed the name. He claims that I am the name. The moron. So I just go by contract. Anything at all that's registered to that first name and that surname, which is Crown property and created by the Crown, verified by this contract, is Crown property. You know, folk already own nothing and they think that they are happy. Everything they think they own is registered and verified by contract as Crown property. So it's difficult for us to traverse through this legal realm because if I don't earn, I don't eat. And I've got to keep nutrition up. I've got to keep up for fights. If it wasn't for these stickers, right? If it wasn't for these stickers, I would have never had a fight. I would have never had a single fight. I would have never become the champ. I would never have been able to afford the training, the mission. You know, I'm living proof that even though there was nowhere to register the name, no fixed abode, I still survived and got this place with perseverance and hard work and determination, because I didn't choose to sit on the street with the hand out saying, "Oh, my dumb boy, can you help us?" I put effort in. I took ridicule. I've not had it easy. I've not had it easy. If anything, I've had it harder than most. They've fucking thrown us in the prison. They're upset because of the progress of the journey. It's going to highlight how they threw us in the prison, but if you look on the name Philip Anthony Hartley's never been to prison, according to the legal world. Legality is not reality. In the legal world, Mr. Philip Hartley's never been in prison. But I was definitely held hostage at that private prison named Serco, a private run corporation run by an acting director, a man that acts as a director. I was definitely held there, forced to use that name to get food, forced to use that name. There's evidence. I've got evidence, I've got a paper trail. They've tried to hide it. Like, if you search on Google, if you search Philip Hartley, Doncaster Free Press, it brings up a story about a justice sentencing the name I use to 10 months for contempt of court. But on that newspaper report, if you click on the link to the judiciary website, the report's gone. So it never happened. They've hidden the paper trail. They're trying to hide the crimes. They've committed serious crimes to us. They've made attempts on my life. They've used addicts to stab us. They've used addicts to bottle us. It didn't scare us. I was still walking around that town the very next day. I know that the problem in this town, in the whole realm, is corporations. Every problem is brought on by a corporation, whether it be a corporate named Samsung, the device, the network named Vodafone, slowing things down. These devices are built and made to cause agitation, to cause disruption, to upset and cause a malfunction inside us. We're meant to be vibing and loving. This here is our testing ground. Alright, this here is our testing ground. We're limited to these 5 senses that this vessel can only gauge this reality with. There's a lot more. I am not this vessel. I am the Capitan driving this vessel. I don't identify as this flesh. This flesh rots and decomposes and goes back to the dust that it came from. I progress and ascend. I, El Capitan, progress. They've tricked us to claim we're the vessel that they've incorporated and named. I am not the named flesh. This flesh is named Philip Hartley. The Capitan controlling it the name wasn't created in the womb where I was created, where this flesh was created, where it was formed. I shot out my dad's testicle. I wasn't raised. The egg allowed us in. I was born into this realm, and the Lord rewards us with everything this realm has to offer. All mineral ounce wealth, all food, everything, all the wealth I walk upon is mine for being born here. Mr. Philip Hartley was annexed to us after I was born via contract. The video was interrupted there. Mr. Philip Hartley was created by contract after this man was born, and it was annexed to us via the contract without my knowledge or consent. That's fraud. And anyone walking around tricking us to claim those details is a fraudster. And their job is to mislead their brothers and sisters into acts of incorporation to create a contract. Then that runabout, that little Joey, sends that contract up to the bosses. The bosses then just receive that contract and administrate it. What are they doing wrong? They've not asked no questions. They've not created the contract. They've just received the contract from one man acting incorporated and another man acting incorporated. The man signing the contract, giving a sign of nature that he agrees to be acting in rank forename, speaking for a surname, and a representative of that corporate. A forename and surname is only used for commerce. If this man here is not using it for commerce, someone else must be. Because that's all that name's used for, commercial use. If I'm not using it for commerce, someone is. That's fact. And I don't agree to that. So I don't agree to administration of the surname. I use that name, but I voice my rebuttal. Silence is agreement. So when they're whacking up these 5th generation telecommunications masts, if no one's saying anything, it's assumed they agree. If no one's saying anything about that, if someone comes up to you and says, are you a forename? And you say, yeah, then you agree to the fucking whole paper bullshit. When someone says to me, are you Philip? I said, no, that's what I'm called. I'm the one called Philip. The first name I use on paper is Phillip, Philip. If you cut Philip, you just tear paper. If you cut the man that uses it, this vessel bleeds. There is power in the blood. The blood verifies I'm living. Every time I'm fainting and you see blood coming down my face, that's because I'm a living man. The name's not in there fighting. The man that uses the name is. This is fact. I speak facts. I only speak fact. I don't speak fiction. And I sit here with clean hands. And in good faith, I look forward to anyone's rebuttal of what I'm saying based on factual evidence and not fiction. Do you know what I'm saying? I am known to use the name Philip Hartley for commerce, for writings, dealings, transactions and proceedings. I'm not it. It's a corporation made up of two parts. Philip, the oration, a forename, same as any forename that you use. It doesn't matter what it sounds like or what it's spelt like. It's a forename verified by contract or birth certificate. Same as the surname with certs attached, a QSIP number. It's a surname. Everyone uses a forename and surname, but they ain't it. But we've been tricked to claim it. The corporation I use, Philip Hartley, belongs to its creator, the state, verified by contract or birth certificate. And anyone that tries to say that I am it, I can pull the birth certificate out and say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was tricked, a 38-year-old, to claim I am a dead name, but then I was reborn. They locked us, they threw us in the prison, stolen property and that. When they locked us in that prison, that Private Nick, yeah, I thought I was Philip Hartley. I was celebrating its birthday as my own creation day, right? But then in there, they locked us in a cell with a fucking gospel, the absolute donuts. This very gospel, and I've had it for the last 4 years. They locked us in the cell with this gospel, and I sat and fucking studied it. And I came out of there reborn. So they locked us up in there dead, and I was released living. They locked us up in there as a dead entity, Philip Hartley, Mr. Corporate Rank, forename, Philip, surname Hartley. Yeah? They locked us up in there as that. I came out knowing I just used that. I only used that. I went in there thinking I was that. So their own shit, the Lord reverts their own shit at them. They've made us super, super strong here and in here. Super strong. Like, super hero strength, mate. And knowledge is fucking power. I have every right to use the corporation Philip Hartley and not claim it. I don't have to claim it. No one's got a gun to my head. I was tricked to claim it so they can assume I agree. If they've administrated the surname Hartley, be it at their own peril, mate. Be it at their own peril, because I do not consent. It's always used under duress. I don't give a shit how much shit they give me and grief they give me and pester and how much mental torture they attack us with and their tools that they use to do it with. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to the fucking king. You know, I'm still here preaching the truth. Doesn't matter. I'm not stood in pulpit preaching names. I don't worship Jesus Christ, a forename surname. I worship the Christ that used the Roman Empire state name, no name, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. When the man performing as Pontius said to the king, "Are you Jesus of Nazareth?" He says, "You say I am." Same as when folks say to us, "You're Philip Hartley." I say, "You say I am, mate. You say I'm a first name and a surname. I know I'm just a man that uses that." It's impossible for a first name and surname to sit here with a coffee in the hand speaking to thee. Peace be with you, brothers and sisters. Know that everything I speak is from this heart. I'm not sat here reading an auto cue. I've not written it all down. It's from the heart's flow, through the Holy Spirit. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's fine. But trust us, the folk that rule this satanical, evil doctrine realm highly believe in the Lord. That's why they've tricked you to claim those details rather than, because you're not going to do it, are you? You're not going to do it as disclosure. You're not going to do it as disclosure. Oh yeah, you're not going to agree to be speaking for a surname if you know that's what you're doing. Giving folk permission to administrate that trust. Oh yeah, that's why they've hidden it. It's piratised. The UK corporation is a corporation, it works well, but it's been piratised. It runs under the banner, the flag, red, white and blue, which is a corporational colour. It's what the armadas used to fly on the high seas so other vessels knew where they were from. Where they hail from, what name they were, what corporation they were representing. I don't need to be represented at all. I always present myself as a man called Philip, known to use the name Philip Hartley. If a acting solicitor who works for the bar is representing you as a first name surname, they're fucking fraudster, mate. What you doing paying these numpties? That's why family court's so secretive. Because the more they can get the mum and dad coming back in ranked forename surname, the more administration that can be done on the every time you use an action on a social media site, every time you like, comment, share, you're putting in an act of incorporation. I'm sorry to say as well, guys, if you do purchase some stickers digitally, It will require an act of incorporation. Just know this. This is a disclaimer. I am in no way affiliated with any administration that may or may not be done to the surname that one uses. I'm simply having to use the name myself just to receive that fiat. Because fiat, legislative acts can only be sued by corporate name, mate. No corporate name like BBC can sue a man. It can only sue the name a man uses. Have a beautiful day, guys. If you can purchase some stickers, please do. They're my lifeline. They're my lifeline. They feed us, they pay for nutrition, they pay for training, they pay the bills, they pay the rent, they keep the roof over the head, they keep shelter on, they keep clothes on the back and food in the belly. None of it goes on shit. Oh, I have the odd pint, and I have the odd pint of Guinness, and I have the odd shot of JD whiskey, you know, if I'm feeling a bit run down. But none of it goes on shit, mate. None of it. It all goes on progressing this mission. Which is not just selling stickers. It's not just trying to progress in the fight game. It's the bottom line of it is to save souls from walking around saying they're dead things to know they're living beings that use those dead names. Walking the life, the truth, the light. Peace.